Hello, folks. This is Steve A. for you. I'd like to kind of recreate for you something that I did just a couple of minutes ago. This has to do with an automobile accident. You know, I live here on 64, and I've got all my videos there with right here in this intersection, this crossroad, all of the crashes and stuff like that that have happened since I came to live here. So anyway, I was reading a particular news site, and as a matter of fact, I put the name of it here in the Google search, and what I noticed is the thing I'm interested to talk to you about is one of the latest articles. It says NC Rep Manning has broken sternum after car wreck. Office says, and this was posted an hour ago. That's how up to date this particular item is. Now, broken sternum in a car crash. Just in case you don't know. Now this I learned, I already knew what bone it was. I'm remembering it from my sophomore year in high school. I had a terrific biology course teacher. See it? I'll make sure it's above my head. It's that bone right here. What holds your rib cage together in the front? The sternum. What holds your rib cage together in the back? Your spinal column. Okay? Ooh, I wouldn't want to break either one of those. Okay, so that's what, in her case, is broken. So, let's look at the article. So she has a broken sternum after car wreck, office says, but this is it's updated now at 9:30 p.m. North Carolina representative, that would be congressional representative. She's not my representative. You'll see. Kathy Manning. Actually, what I did is I didn't know what her district was, so I did this search. So, here's the news items about it. CNN, NBC, television stations here in North Carolina, AP News, Raleigh. There's her house.gov thing, but let's do this. So here she is, Wikipedia. U.S. House of Representatives from North Carolina's 6th District. I'm not in the 6th District. Now, she's a lawyer and politician, and I guess she was born in Michigan, but you know, like a lot of us, move around. So, I thought I would say, where's the 6th District? We'll use Wikipedia again. And it's an article, but where's the map? That's North Carolina. Excuse me. NC 6th District. Okay, in case you don't know where North Carolina is. Okay, this is good. So that's the outline of her district. Now, this is the Virginia line, North Carolina and Virginia line. This area along here is known as the Old Cotton Belt. Yeah, that's right. That's from pre-United States time, even. First cotton in North Carolina was grown along what is now the North Carolina-Virginia border, not further down. There's Greensboro, and they don't show it, but you see this right here? That's where I am. So it's not my congressional district. It's the district north of where I am. So we're the district south of them. So I wanted to see some details about, I was actually interested to see who had news with maybe more about it. And I did this search. I just took the headline from that article, and and there it is. And that's from that news site, Dayton Daily News, and it's been reported all over the place, and Greensboro News and Record, and it's missing from. Oh, there it is. There it is. This is the one I was looking for. I've told you recently in episodes that when I want to see North Carolina news, I look at two major television stations. I'm not promoting anything, folks. One is WRAL, Raleigh, WRAL, because I lived in Raleigh, and its coverage is like the eastern half of the state. And WFMY, which is 30 miles north in Greensboro. So there she is. And it's at some occasion where she was speaking last year. Can I close this? You see what it did? Did you see what it just did? They've got this push stuff on there, and if I close it, they take me off the article I'm on. I have to have his face doing that crap. Here's the article. Let's see if we can see what they're doing. Why are they doing that? There, I took care of it. Representative Kathy, excuse me for ranting. Everything is push. Stick it in your face. They're desperate. They're desperate. Nobody's looking at them, and they're desperate to get your attention. Representative Kathy Manning and a member of her staff were involved in a car crash Thursday morning. Ooh. That's yesterday. Following a serious car accident yesterday morning, she got a broken sternum and a broken bone in her foot. The first thing that comes to my mind is, was the crash so violent that the seat belt broke her sternum as she tried to brace her feet against, maybe sitting in the front seat? Or was she not wearing her seatbelt? Because the sternum is here, but break your foot too? I'm wondering how you do that. So she's recovering at home. So she went into the hospital and then she went home. And the other person was treated for non-life-threatening injuries and released from the hospital. Okay, here we go. According to a crash report provided by state troopers. Now, what I've learned just from watching what happens out here, you've seen all my videos. This is US 64. I have a crossroad. I've had all these accidents over the last years here. The fire department comes from Franklinville. The deputies come to help control the traffic so that no one runs into it and there's another accident. The EMS comes, they're from there and from there. And the state trooper shows up to actually interview the participants and write the traffic accident report. That's what the state trooper does. And that fits with this. According to a crash report provided by state troopers, a car was going on north on US 29 while Manning and her staff member were going south on 29. A third car was stopped at a red light on River Road at the intersection of US 29. So then I went US 29, Greensboro. See, there's a Wikipedia article. Remember I did the one about one in Israel? So here's a map, but they don't outline 29, but there's 29. And then I'm going to add, just for the fun of it, River Road. And it has no idea what I'm asking for. Greensboro, North Carolina, River Road. See, I'm showing you how I outsmart the search engine when it's being stupid about things. Couldn't they have rearranged the terms and figured it out? Oh, well, they're not getting AI trained fast enough. Excuse me for smiling. We can see why it's called River Road. I can think of other river roads that I know of, like down 49 in one of the counties down there, where the river follows the river. The river road follows the river. Okay, so we're saying in North Carolina there's more than one river road. That's why I included the Greensboro, North Carolina. I don't want to confuse the search engine. So there's US 29. So we're in the right place. Let's look at it this way. Let's see how pretty North Carolina is from the sky. Now, if I do this, what we see is 29 comes down this way. There's High Point. Now, if you go 30 miles north directly from Asheboro, it's High Point in Greensboro. Okay? So that means that Greensboro is somewhere near here. Archdale, right there, is still in Randolph County. So we're interested in right there. And that is in her district. And it's US 29. And there's a picture of it from the satellite. And it said, let's review, according to the crash report, a car was going north on 29. Well, this here is 29 going north, while Manning and her staff member were going south. So they were going this way, on the other side. A third car was stopped at a red light on the River Road at the intersection of 29. Well, there's a car stopped right there, so that might be an example of it. Okay? Let's assume that that's where it is, but it might be over here. Let's see what the next sentence says. Remember, we're reconstructing what happened yesterday morning. The first car failed to yield the right-of-way while making a left turn onto River Road. The first car, the one going north, in this picture northeast, failed to yield the right-of-way while making a left turn onto River Road. going in the direction of Manning's car. So you see the arrow there for the turning lane? So the car, I think I can see traffic lights there, here. I think there's traffic lights here. So, so the car must have been in this lane, going north, quote unquote, making a left turn into the path of Manning coming this way, while there was a car stopped on River Road. Okay, so this car's in the right place in this satellite view. The car continued forward. That would mean the one that was turning without yielding the right of way, which meant that he turned into the path of the oncoming traffic. That suggests that the oncoming traffic was close enough that the turn shouldn't have been initiated. I'm interpreting it. The car continued forward, hitting a third car, and all of them came to rest in the general area of the crash. So the car was here and started to turn while oncoming traffic, including Manning's car, were, in the opinion of the State Patrol, too close for having failed to yield the right of way. And the Manning car and that car collided, and so that means Manning's car was in closer to the north curb of going south. Not in the outer, but they could have been in that one, but then they also hit this one, and I'm guessing, you see the way it looks here? This is the first time I'm looking this close. You see the way it looks here? I'll bet you this kind of accident's happened a bunch of times. Because this looks like a lot of traffic, vehicle traffic and whatever from other crashes. Maybe this is oh, look at, there's a pole here, a pole here, a pole here. Yeah, there are traffic lights here. Let's take a look at it from the ground. Okay, let's figure it out. Now, I'll use this guy over here as a guide. Oh, there's the car in the satellite view, so to speak. So the car that wasn't at fault at anything, but got dragged into it, was right there. And I can tell by the layout, Manning's car was coming like this. Because I'm looking at the little guy, and he's turned as I turned. So what we want to do is go over here. So the guy who's the one that really caused the trouble was on this side of the road, facing north, but was in this lane. And you can see how there's a lot. This entering road is like mine here. They have to have this traffic light here because there's so many people that want to cross across 64 and go down into Asheboro. It's the same situation, but it's a 4-lane divided highway. So the guy at fault, according to the news from the from the North Carolina State Highway Patrol report, was here. There was oncoming traffic. We can see a car coming. See it up here? And he started to turn and got over to about here, and the first part of the crash occurred, and it carried over and hit the car here. And then they ended up over here probably. That's a guess. If you think about the trajectories and the velocities and how the crashes might occur. Notice that the article only mentions the injuries of the congressional representative and her passenger. That might mean that the other people were fortunately not injured. So we've actually seen where it happened. And part of the reason why I'm interested in doing this is just like seeing it out here. Only here I go down there with my camera. So let's go back over there and let's go up here. And let's turn it around. There's the trailer truck. So Manning's car is coming down like this. The congressional representative for that district, the Greensboro district. And she's getting, their car was probably really close to like this when the guy over here tries to make the turn and doesn't do it fast enough. And there's a car right there, and the three of them go together in a pileup. You see, you can be sitting at home. You can read a news item. There's enough. Yeah, he was charged with failure to yield the right of way. And that's the end of the article, and they don't mention anybody else being injured, except, so maybe that's what happened. So we've just, and I'm going to say, I hope she recovers quickly and well, including the person that was with her. So I see a news item. It looks like it's close to me. It involves a traffic accident. The description is like the stuff that happens out here. And with Street View, thank you, Google, in a certain sense, we can replay it and understand what happened out there. And was there something about the design of the road? Other than if the traffic lights were malfunctioning, it looks to me like the person charged was really the one at fault. You follow what I mean? If you look at how much room there was, misjudgment or something else. Steve A.B. Forial, just reconstructing recent history. What was the TV program? Wait a minute. TV program. You Are There? Is that the right? You Are There, TV series from 1953 to 1972. You Are There, series. There you go. Yeah, there's Walter Cronkite. We got it right. You Are There from a 1947 to 1957 American historical educational television and radio series broadcast over CBS Radio and CBS Television, anchored by Goodman Ace, CBS Radio, and then television. 1950, we got our first television set in 1954. With Walter Cronkite as the regular host, reporters included originally live cast. Most of the later episodes were produced on film. So what they did is, You Are There, they recreated historical events. That's what early television was. Sounds like it was higher quality than the stuff that's there today. Steve A.B. Forial. Oh, I must be really old. Steve A.B. Forial. I'll bet you the President of the United States watched those very same episodes. We have that in common. Steve A.B. Forial, just having fun, letting his mind wander and then brainstorming. And thank you, Street View, and all these reports so that we could reconstruct it like You Are There. Thank you, Walter Cronkite, for giving me the cryptic inspiration, saying see you in 73.